No pope had ever died on Easter Monday, until now. Pope Francis, the 266th leader of the Roman Catholic Church and the first pontiff from Latin America, passed away on April 21, 2025, at the age of 88. His death was confirmed at 7:35 a.m. by Cardinal Kevin Farrell, the Camerlengo of the Apostolic Chamber, speaking from the Pope's Vatican residence, the Casa Santa Marta. "Dearest brothers and sisters, with deep sorrow I must announce the death of our Holy Father Francis," Cardinal Farrell said. His entire life was dedicated to the service of the Lord and His Church, especially in favor of the poorest and most marginalized. It was a solemn Easter Monday, a day that usually marks joy and renewal in the Christian calendar. Instead, it now marks the end of one of the most transformative and humble papacies in modern church history. Only a day earlier, on Easter Sunday, Pope Francis had made what would be his final public appearance. Frail and visibly weakened, he blessed thousands from his Pope-mobile in St. Peter's Square. He didn't speak for long, only managing a brief brothers and sisters happy Easter before an aide took over to deliver his annual Urbi et Orbi blessing. Yet that appearance, filled with emotion and public adoration, became a parting gesture of faith to the world. Crowds cheered, chanted "Viva il Papa," and he blessed infants from the car, his final acts as pastor to the people. Pope Francis's health had been a concern for years. Back in February 2025, he was admitted to Rome's Gemelli Hospital after battling bronchitis. The illness escalated into bilateral pneumonia. His medical team worked for 38 days to stabilize him, and he was released in late March to continue recovery at home in the Vatican. But despite a temporary improvement, his condition deteriorated again in April. By Easter, it was clear to many inside the Vatican that his condition had reached a critical point. It wasn't the first time health had challenged his leadership. In fact, Francis had only one lung, the result of a severe infection in his early 20s in Argentina. Throughout his papacy, respiratory issues, colon surgery, knee problems, and age all added to his physical frailty. Still, he led. He showed up, even in a wheelchair, even when whispered. Born Jorge Mario Bergoglio in Buenos Aires, Argentina, in 1936, Francis was the son of Italian immigrants. A former scientist who once aspired to become a chemist, he shifted paths, joined the Jesuits, and was ordained a priest in 1969. From the very beginning, he broke norms. In 2013, when Pope Benedict XVI resigned, the first pope in 6 centuries to step down, the conclave of cardinals turned to Bergoglio. He became the first Jesuit pope, the first from Latin America, and the first to choose the name Francis, inspired by St. Francis of Assisi and his vow of humility, simplicity, and service to the poor. His tone was different from day one. When elected, he joked with the cardinals, "I hope God forgives you." But humor aside, the church and the world was about to witness a new kind of papacy. Pope Francis wasn't a pope of palaces. He lived modestly in the Casa Santa Marta guest house instead of the opulent papal apartments. He carried his own luggage, drove his own car, and often called strangers directly to pray with them or offer counsel. He washed the feet of prisoners. He ate with migrants. And he made the Vatican a place where the doors opened wider, to the poor, to refugees, and to voices long silenced. He often preached a church of mercy, saying, "Who am I to judge?" in one of his most famous and controversial comments when asked about gay priests. Francis's papacy brought sweeping changes, especially around transparency and accountability. In 2019, he issued a decree making it mandatory for clergy to report sexual abuse. He apologized in Ireland for the church's role in covering up decades of abuse. And in 2023, he extended abuse reporting rules to lay leaders, a first in Vatican history. He also pushed for interfaith dialogue, climate action, and inclusion in the church. But it wasn't without resistance. While traditionalists often criticized him for being too progressive, reformers argued he didn't go far enough, especially on topics like the ordination of women or the role of LGBTQ+ Catholics. Still, he remained deeply respected, not feared, not aloof, but beloved.